Hello everybody and welcome to Wesley's Plant World with me, Wesley Peterson, and today I am out in the area of my garden here at Crystal Cottage called Mariana's Corner. And behind me I have a whole patch of ground that is now almost bare. Every single plant that I had in this area I've pulled up, and the majority of them I've moved to my inner garden where I have been working on my borders in there, and I've added a lot of plants and built up my borders to make layers, and they're looking absolutely fantastic. So you should go and see that video and you'll understand what I'm talking about. But today the area behind me is a new canvas, and I did a video a while ago where I created this border behind me and I showed the whole process of me planting up and putting rocks into place and making a really nice arrangement out of it, and it was absolutely fine for a while. But as with many things in my garden, I switch up things, I change things, I replant things, I move rocks around, and I'm always doing something new. And that is the joy of me in my garden. I absolutely love projects. So behind me today, this is a really fantastic, exciting project because I've decided to create a mini bamboo forest. A very small mini bamboo forest in this border behind me, and that is because my jumbo bamboos that I bought years ago have grown out a lot, have thickened out in their root masses, and some of them have reached up to around 3 meters tall, and they are ready to be split and divided so I can make a whole forest of bamboo behind me here. And I need to make this because I have a hole out to our roadside back there where the thuya hasn't done so well, and I've tried to plant the thuya in that space 2 or 3 times and each one has frazzled away and died. The one that's there now is actually holding on and has greened out and is growing out, but it's very thin, so it's not really helping as a screen. So in front of that I want to put all these bamboos, and they will work very well in this spot because it's a shady spot that gets dapple light and they really enjoy that kind of situation. And right now where I have them, I'll show you in a moment, they are in bright direct sunlight during the middle of the day, and then it fades away and they're in the shade. And well, they've been absolutely fine with that as well. These are evergreen plants and they always look fantastic all year round. So before I start on this border behind me here, let me take you over so you can see my beautiful jumbo bamboos. So here we are in my botanical garden area, and you can see behind me my beautiful jumbo bamboos that have grown out absolutely amazingly for me. And I did a video a long time ago when I bought these plants and planted them out, so you can see what they were like at that time. I think actually I planted them out in Yorkim's Corner, and then I replanted them into this border here because they were growing quite slowly in Yorkim's Corner where it's a northern exposure and quite shady. But as soon as I put them out here in the sun, they've just grown so well, even though this is a plant that would prefer to be in a kind of dappled, shady kind of situation, but definitely not too dark because I found out they just don't grow very much. So these are doing wonderfully, and if I stand up, you'll get to see how tall they are. The ones in the middle, well, you can see my pine tree here. The ones in the middle are over 3 meters tall, and these plants, they actually max out around 3 to 4 meters. So these are the mature canes that are coming up here, and these ones on the side are starting to produce taller canes as well, and they get long and they hang over and flop and have this beautiful form. So what I'm going to do is I am going to remove the root ball with all the canes that are the tallest in the middle of this border here, the whole thing. Then I'm going to divide that so that I can spread that out as the first layer in the back of Mariana's Corner, and then I can get a second clump and take it and split that and make another layer, and I'll see if I want to make 2 or 3 layers of these plants. So in this border, as I remember, I planted out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 root balls, and they've really spread out bigger and bigger. And the good thing about this plant is that it's not invasive like many other bamboos that have rhizomes, and they run at the rhizome and they spread everywhere. This is a root clumping type of bamboo, which means it just grows a bigger and bigger clump. So it's absolutely fantastic and easy to get in and split and divide and do what you want with. It's not going to run away into the grass or into the other borders or anywhere else. So a perfect bamboo to have in your garden if you want to be on the safe side. So anyway, I've gone on enough now about this wonderful plant, evergreen as I said, and oh, I love the rustling sound of it. It's got lovely coloured stems. So before I start pulling out the middle clump, I just want to take you in for a closer look so you can see how beautiful they are all the way around my bamboo border. So right, let's go and have a look at these bamboos closer because they are absolutely amazing. Look at this. So wonderful, and a reason why I want more and more of it in my garden. Look at that, and then we can go round so you can see from the back side how I made a pathway behind, and they've stayed very neatly in their own border with no problem, apart from getting so tall that they're hanging over now here in the pathway. So when I walk around, you can see the back side, and this root clump here that we're looking at is the one that I'm going to be taking out as the first one. The other ones are shorter. This one has done the best. So if we look here from the back, there you go. You can see that one is much taller. But down here you can see how they've stayed in their same root balls and just thickened out. So easy to keep in the garden. And here from the other perspective, and my crystal cottage. My next pathway around the side and back out in front of my bamboos. So I really hope you enjoyed seeing these bamboos, how they're doing now, and you understand from all angles what they look like. Now I'm going to get in behind and around this root clump here and get that out, and then you're going to see a big empty space in the middle here before we go back over to Mariana's corner to split it and plant it. So I am of course expecting these bamboo to be a bit of a challenge to get out, but we'll see how I go. I'm just going to get in and dig around the root, no, that's the wrong one, around the root ball and see what? It was easy. The root, these have been in the ground for absolutely years, I'm telling you, and the whole root ball just wants to pop out of the ground. So now I need to go to the front and do the same at the front. I just wiggled it a little bit and they seem to just pop out. Now these have really been in the ground years and have hardly fastened themselves in the soil. That is fantastic, meaning I'm not going to have the world's hardest job getting them out of here, which I'm so pleased about. See, they're already falling out behind. I can just go back there now and pull these out. I can't believe how quickly and easily these have come out. That was an absolute and utter surprise. See, hope I can just pull them out now then. Got to get right down into the bottom here and pull. Oh, no, okay. No, they came out very easily. Look at that. Now you'll be able to see the gap in a moment, and a huge bush of this bamboo being removed to place in another area of my garden, which is something that I do quite often. Very typical me to move around plants. And the good thing about when plants grow, oh, I can't control it though, is, where are you? Oh, it's so long, so tall, I can't control it. Right, okay, I got it. I've hardly broken a sweat. That was how easy it was to get these out. So here we go. Oh, no, don't break them. Here are my bamboos. Look how wonderful these are and how easily they came out of the ground and how fabulously they are going to fill up the hole over in Mariana's corner. And you can see behind me, one plant, 2 balls left that I can sort out and split. So I need to get this first bunch over to Mariana's corner and divide it now to fill out the back part. Let's go back over there now. So I now have my bamboos here in Mariana's corner, and before I start splitting them and sawing them up and hacking them up, I am going to just plot out some holes where I want to plant them. I'm hoping that I can get myself 3 separate root balls out of this when I've divided it. So I'm going to go right in the back here because I want the tallest ones to be tall. Okay, the ground's not too tough. And if I'm splitting them in 3, I shouldn't have to make that bigger holes for them. So I've now dug out 3 holes. I hope they're going to be big enough to put these root balls in. Now I need to start sawing them. So I'll keep them in the barrow to make it easier for me, height-wise, and see what I've got going on. So a little look. So I'm gonna have to take this side here. Now it can be hard to saw because they do also have thick roots. So 2 hands is also a good way to do it. So I did it. That's the first one. Not too bad. Now let's get this one into place. Look how beautiful these canes are. Oh, so fantastic. They're hanging forward, so I want to turn them around towards the street so that I'll have space for my next layer. Try and get it down. Is the hole big enough or not? The hole is not big enough. I need to make the hole a bit bigger. Hold these canes so they don't fall over. And snap. And get this plant into its new home. That was perfect. Absolutely perfect. So now I can split my second bundle here. And then I'll be very happy. Oh, falling right off here. Yeah, so split this. Use my foot. No, I can't. Oh, that's a bit dangerous. So this one I can put to the right. This one I don't mind facing a bit forward with its canes. So I'll put that one there like that. Perfect. So just to show you that every single cane is its own plant in its own right. There you go. Roots on this one cane. That is one little plant. We'll leave that to the side a moment with its roots in a shadier part. Now I will get some soil and put it around those 2, otherwise I'm going to have a hard time getting around them all. So I have some soil here. They need some soft soil to start with to be able to really get their roots down quick and easy again. So my soil. So that's the first one in. Next one. So that was the first 2 planted. Now to plant the last one before I give these first canes a really good watering in before I do the next layer, because they pout very quickly when you do this, but they recover and they'll be absolutely fine again afterwards. So this one is absolutely fine. Oh, in the hole here. Soil. Then just sort out how I want them to look. These ones are fine like this. A little bit mingled together so they look like they're one bunch still. These ones as well can come a little bit forward like that. Absolutely wonderful. There. So look at that already. They've already covered up the hole. Just imagine what this is going to be like with another 2 layers. It will be impenetrable. So now let me get these thoroughly watered in before I carry on with the rest. So as I said, the first day when you split your bamboos like this, they are going to pout. And that means they are going to curl their leaves very tightly together to try and reserve as much moisture in them as possible, because their roots have been disturbed and their roots have dried out a little bit and they're going to panic. But as long as you water them thoroughly, they'll stay curled for the first day, and then the next day when you go out, their leaves should be uncurled and they should be absolutely fine and look like normal again. But if you don't water them, they will stay curled and they will have a really hard time adapting. It's very, very important to water in your bamboos very well when you're doing something like this. So I'll even spray a little bit all over their leaves just to help to keep them a little bit moist there, because they're going to curl them as I say, but this will help to hydrate them a little bit. And then keep watering them just for a little while longer before I go over to the botanical garden and get the next root ball to split. And from that, I'm going to have to get at least 4 separate root balls to fill out the next layer here. And then I'm going to have 1 more here. 3. This is going to be an impenetrable bamboo forest here. So that's enough for now, because I need to go and get some more. So here we are again in the botanical garden. And this time when I look at my bushes that I have left, the one on the end here looks like it is the second highest. So I'm going to get those to be my second layer. And I hope this root ball is going to come out just as fantastically easy as the first one did. We will see. Oh, this one's a bit stiffer in the ground actually, I can feel, but we'll get there. Oh, it is, yes, much more tightly in. So I'm going to have to go all the way around. Whew, this is a big one. This is a mighty big one. Look at this. Need to get this out. Oh, oh, yes. It's out. And my shoes are completely full of soil. So, one moment please. While I empty out my boots. Oh. So, clean those off a little bit, just so that it's comfortable for me to work with. And the next one. Yeah. Soil all over. But I don't mind that. Wow, this next bundle is amazing. I'll show you when we get back to Mariana's corner. So wow, just look at this mass here. Get my wheelbarrow so it can stand up, because look at this. This is enormous and amazing. I should be able to get at least 4 separate root balls out of this. So I just need to get soaring, and here I go. It seems to always be easier if one can split it right down the middle first. But when you've got a big mass like this, it's really difficult to see what is what. And you just have to decide and go for it. Now I can see a side here that's a bit further away than the rest. And I think I'm actually going to split that one first, this piece first, here, and just make one. You just have to make a decision and go with it. And start soaring, and the rest will work itself out. So, that piece I want to put here. Now I have a hole already, but I don't want that hole. I want a hole a bit further back, because then I can put a third layer in front of me here. here we go. Lift it up, put it in. There. Oh, that was perfect. Perfect, perfect. Soil that I have here, I can put back around actually this time, because I already put in a lot of new soil when I planted out plants last time and subsequent times after. So I can just squeeze that all in back around the roots of this plant, making sure it's nice and snug. Now for my next incision, remembering that I need to make at least 4, I will do my best to split this one up now and see what I get out of it. So if I want 4, I'm going to have to make an incision and decide to take this one here. So that's what we're going to do. In with the next one. There we go. Oh, that looks wonderful. So I have the hole ready for the next one. Just need to get it in. In. Whew, give me a break. That is gorgeous. My shoe, full of soil again. And a hole for the last one of that bunch. Right here. And next one. Just like that, I think. So that was row number 2 done, and altogether I have now created myself 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 new plants, and I have 1 more row to go, and then my bamboo forest will be complete here. And this has just gone so quick and easy. I can't believe the root balls were so easy to get out of the ground. They must have been planted in there 4 or 5 years, and their roots haven't spread anywhere. And it just shows you this variety of bamboo isn't a problem. If you really do want bamboo in your garden, and you have a small garden for example, and you are worried about the bamboo creeping under the fence to your neighbours and causing a lot of problems or spreading around the whole of your garden, this is not one to worry about. It's very easy, very compact and very reliable. Absolutely wonderful. This is looking wonderful already. I can't wait for the last row to be put in, and I can't wait for these to carry on growing up to 3 meters tall, the rest of them here, and giving this beautiful bamboo backdrop. This was a perfect plant for this area. And just to think that I bought 5 plants, and I got them on a bargain for between 50 to 100 krona per pot, when they usually cost between 300 to 900 per pot, depending on the size and so forth. This was a huge bargain, and the amount they've grown out each plant in 4 to 5 years shows you that, again, I have 4 plants. They were this size when I bought each pot. So I really have now capitalized on buying those 5 original plants. Fantastic. So again, I'll just spray over the leaves because they're already starting to curl and pout because of this. And this will just help them through their transition. So now let's get the last bunch out. Ooh, and in. So let's have a look. So once again, the largest root ball of the 3 plants that are left is this one on the left side here. So I'm going to take up that and see if this time I can't get myself 5 or 6 separate root balls to make the last long line of them. Start round the back. In under the root ball. This one seems like it's going to be very easy to come up. I can feel. I think. Don't speak too soon, Eva. We're gonna get it out just like this. And get it over to my wheelbarrow. Whew. And there it is, my 3rd bunch that is going to make me 6 new plants. And you can see the gap that's left, but that literally is going to be no problem to fill out again once I finish with my project over in Mariana's Corner. So let's get back to it. So here we go again. And this time, look at this huge root ball. It's massive. I'm actually going to have to get this down onto the floor because I don't just want it to be here. I want it to stretch right across to the other side of this border. And that means I'm going to have to really split this up into many smaller pieces. Now that I have my thicker bushy part there where I need it the most, I don't mind making smaller plants to plant out along the front here because they will grow out in a couple of years anyway and be absolutely fantastic. So I'll get this on the ground because it will be easier for me to saw into so many smaller pieces. It's not light, this plant. I think what I'm going to do is just tip the wheelbarrow over. It's too heavy for me. So we'll see how we go. Oh, like this. Tip the wheelbarrow over, pull it out of the way, get that out of the way, and then, oh, I can get on with my plant in a moment. So now, let's turn this around to the side so you can see what I'm doing. So now I have my saw, I have my plant, and I'm just going to cut off bits at a time from the edge and see where it takes me. Because I need to find a way that I feel will be easiest first, because it might not be this side actually. Oh, so that is me done. This is the world's best training. As I always say, it feels better doing stuff like this than going to the gym, but it's tiring. I am going to really sleep well tonight probably after all this. So now, let me get all of these planted. The last ones in this area, then I need to go out and sort out the other area. So you've seen how I do this now. Dig a hole, put the plants in, and then water thoroughly in. So I'm going to get on with this now, and then I'll be back again when I'm finished. So there we go. I've planted all of my bamboos in my bamboos forest behind me for today, and they look absolutely fantastic. I want to take you in for a closer look so you can see how they curl their leaves the first day here, and then I will bring you back tomorrow when I've finished tidying up the area and moving these stones out of the way to show you what they look like when their leaves have unfurled already the next day. And I will be giving them a good watering every single day for the next couple of weeks while I'm here at my cottage. And that should give them a good start to grow out new roots and fill out and grow up even more. So let's go in now for a closer look. There we go. You can see how these bushes are looking now, and look how their leaves curl up tightly to reserve moisture. They will open up again tomorrow. Some of them are still okay, and the tall ones at the back are actually still quite plumped up. I'm surprised with that. Look at them all the way up there, 3 meters high. That's absolutely fantastic, filling out this area. This is exactly what I was looking for. So the rest of them over here on this side of those trees there, like that. The ones at the back right up there. These ones down on the far side. These are all of the stems and branches that broke off. Some had little roots, some had none. I decided to just plant them in together there, see what survives and see what doesn't. I'm expecting most of those won't, but that's okay because I have all of the other ones at the front, and look how they are in the wind. It's going to be so nice laying here in the hammock, seeing and hearing these leaves rustling in the wind and rustling around. This area is going to fill out so fabulously with these bamboo now. Just think, I got all of that from 3 main root balls in the botanical garden, and we can turn around to the botanical garden and go over and see what I have to work on. So you can see here the 3 holes, the 3 plants that I took out, and what I need to fill up again, and what I have left to divide. So we'll just have a look at this from the back so you can see how the botanical garden's looking right now before I get in and sort the rest of the bamboos out here as well. But we pan around into Mariana's corner again, and this is the bamboo forest. Oh, I just love it. I think this turned out so well. So I really hope you enjoyed seeing what these bamboo look like today, the first day of being planted. And now I'm going to end the video for today and take a break because I am really tired. This has been really hard work, and I also have the other bamboos to sort out, but I'm actually probably not going to get around to doing that until tomorrow. Who knows, maybe I will. But you will see the end result of everything tomorrow when I come back. So in the click of a finger, I'll be back day 2. So, as I said, it's the next day now. You can hardly see that hours and hours have gone by and a whole night, and we're back out here in Mariana's corner, where I want to take you in to show you how the bamboo are doing today, now hours later, so that you can see that the first day when they curl up the leaves, if they're happy and watered enough, they should unfurl their leaves by the next day already and be able to carry on their life cycle as if nothing happened. So let's go in now for that closer look. And at the same time, I have had so many ideas of how I want to carry on this project, and I'm going to tell you about that in a moment. So let's go. So let's see how these bamboo are looking today. Here we go. Look at them. Many of them have unfurled their leaves like nothing ever happened yesterday. Look at this. Their leaves are completely out, even the taller ones at the back, even the ones right down here. And I haven't been out and watered them today since yesterday. So their transplantation went really well. Look at this. No problem whatsoever. The only one that's a mess is the one at the back here, which I said is just all of the stems, and most of them didn't have roots, and I just decided to stick them in the ground to see if there's any chance. But they'll be hidden behind anyway, so it doesn't matter. But all the ones that I planted with the root ball are looking fabulous. And because of this, I had an epiphany last night. I kept thinking about this border all night long. I couldn't sleep. And I decided that I don't just want to make a bamboo forest at the back of this part of my garden. I want to extend it around so that you feel like you can actually sit in the middle of a bamboo forest. So the border in front of me here, I'm going to be placing some bamboos in right in front of us. So there'll be 2 pathways here into the bamboo forest. In the middle of my evergreen border here, I am going to plant bamboos, and right now I have laurel bushes that I will be placing in other areas of my garden where I need them, so that's absolutely fine. So there'll be bamboos there, and you can see behind into the botanical garden here up from Mariana's corner. And on this side as well, I am going to extend the border that's already here right over to the other side so it catches up and connects to the bamboos here. So that will be a whole wall of bamboos, and there'll be an entrance here. So this is going to be like walking into an actual little mini bamboo forest. So I'm really looking forward to this because I think this border's looking fantastic as it is over here, and I can see the plants worked out, so why not? And if I need to go in and take a little bit more of the bamboos from some of the bushes in here to extend around everywhere, then I'll do so. Because what I have left are 2 balls of bamboo left here that I need to get at least 6 plants out of then to be able to carry on extending. And then I'm going to be making another video after this, so look out for that, where I make a new pathway here between my 2 pine trees so that I can connect to the border that's there. So close this little pathway here, connect that border together, open up the pathway over here instead, because as you come out of the pathway you will see directly onto this lovely boulder here as a centerpiece in the botanical garden. And then we'll have the bamboo forest area with bamboos in the middle here, as I said. So this is going to be spectacular with the bamboos all the way around here as well. So I really hope you enjoyed seeing the bamboos close up, and you can see that they're as happy as day. So that has really encouraged me to carry on with my project idea now. So I'm just going to get on with this and I will show you the end result. I will probably put some snippets in here and there of me planting out, but for the most part I just want to get this done and show you the end result. Both sides of the pathway will have bamboo growing out, and if we pan upwards we can see the higher expanse of the bamboos right up in the back there. 3 layers, and then down with the new stone border at the front, and around again towards all the others. And then as we go out of this garden area you will see down into the botanical garden area, just like that. So if I should stand in this back corner, you can see our annex, the border with the bamboos there at the front, and the Korean silver bush, as well as the bamboos there on the front side in West Side Garden, the pathway there, and all the bamboos in here. The bamboo forest. So I am really pleased with how this has turned out. There we go. You can see right up into the area. This Korean silver bush is just beautiful. It has beautiful leaves, look at those. So you can understand why I wanted to keep it here. It gets lovely, very fragrant, small yellow flowers on it, and then it can get yellow, orangey, red berries on it as well, all over. So there's this border, that's West Side Garden, the border in West Side Garden going up into Mariana's Corner and the bamboo forest. I am so pleased with the outcome of this project, I really am. And now I want to finish my video in style. So this is what I meant when I said I want to end my video in style. I can finally lay back in my lovely hammock here in the middle of my newly designed bamboo forest. I have literally bamboos all the way around me, and it is fantastic. And well, it gives coverage straight away from the tree because my garden slopes down, so the bushes are even higher up, the ones at the back 3 meters high especially, and everything here is just going to bush out more and more with time. And to think that I've made all of this from 5 root balls that I bought around 4 to 5 years ago at a price of between 50 to 100 Swedish krona a pot on an amazing bargain. And now I have created countless amounts, what, 30 odd plants or so that I've planted out now all around over here. This is just fantastic. So I have myself a lovely dark chocolate and almond soya milk milkshake and I have myself an avocado and tomato sandwich with some peanuts by the side and a glass of water. I have my book and my phone, I have a blanket, I have my hammock, I have my pillow, and finally, after all this hard work, I can just lay back and enjoy the fruits of my labour. And I have the canopy of all the aspen tree above me and the downy birch, and I can hear everything rustling and flowing around, and the temperature is just amazing right now. So this is just a moment for me to have a moment of stillness and contemplation of all that I've just done, but not only that, to think about what the next project is going to be, because I never sit still for very long here. And you already know that I have a video coming up because I need to tidy up in the botanical garden where I took all of these bamboos out of, and I already have an idea of what I'm going to do, so look out for that video coming up very, very soon as well. So I hope this has shown you that if you want to have bamboo in your garden, one of the most fantastic varieties you can get is jumbo bamboo, because it doesn't spread, it just becomes bigger balls that you can split and do amazing things with, like I've shown you today, and how easy it is, and how these plants are still plumped up, their leaves are fine, and as long as I keep them watered every single day now for the next couple of weeks, they will set out more roots and they will just carry on like nothing ever happened. And I even managed to keep a lump of this bamboo in the same border, so that I have a little piece in the same place that I can see from my windows of my cottage, because that area of my garden in the botanical garden is outside of my western facing windows, where I need a lot of evergreen plants for the long winter period. But anyway, have fun in your gardens, enjoy yourselves, make yourself a little piece of paradise. I tell you, I love traveling this world, and I have been to Asia so many times, so now when I'm sitting here I'm feeling actually quite nostalgic. I've been to Thailand many times. 8 times I've been to Bangkok, and I've been to Chiang Rai and Chiang Mai and Chengdu, and I've travelled different places, and we're going to be going back to Thailand many more times in the future. I've also been to Japan many times. I've been to Osaka, Nara, Kyoto, Nabali, Tokyo. I've been many places in Japan, and I absolutely love Japan, and Japan is full of the most huge bamboo forests. I mean, with bamboo as thick as proper trees. They are absolutely amazing and absolutely meters tall and thick. Gorgeous, an experience that I will never forget. Oh, this is making me really so nostalgic. And I've been to China many times. I've been to Beijing, Shanghai, Wuxi, Chengdu, Tianjin, Huxin. I think I'm probably getting all the names wrong, but I've been to many different places and cities in China as well. I absolutely love China, and of course China is full of bamboos as well. So there are many more places in Asia that I really want to visit, and now I'm going to sit here and I'm just going to think about all of those experiences I've had. And that is why gardening is wonderful for me as well. It's the escape, it's being in the moment, it's creating things, it's being productive, and it's just such a fantastic way of bringing around ideas and memories. I love many places around the world, and there'll be many more that I will be traveling to. I love every single country, and I just want to give a big thank you to all of you all around this planet. People writing to me from every single corner. I can't believe the reach of my videos. So thank you so much. This is basically really just me in my own garden doing things and filming it as I go along to inspire you. And that's what it's all about. Let's carry on sharing the joy. So all I have to say now is thank you very much once again for watching this video. Please remember to like, subscribe and hit the bell so you know when my next video will be coming up. And I will see you again very soon. Goodbye.